Hidden school bullying dangers. Every parent must know. Protect before you regret. This is not just another warning. This is a wake-up call. Bullying doesn't always leave bruises, but it always leaves scars. And most parents never see the signs until the damage is already done. Here's what every parent needs to hear. 1 in 3 children faces bullying at school in the United States. But what's even more alarming, 70% of them never tell their parents. And children who are bullied carry a 3 times higher risk of developing depression later in life. These aren't just numbers. They are silent cries for help from children who desperately need us to see them. To understand the danger, we must first understand the damage. Bullying doesn't fade when school ends. It follows a child into their thoughts, their sleep, their confidence, and sometimes into adulthood. These are the consequences every parent must know. When bullying enters a child's life, learning slips away quietly. Their mind drifts, their confidence cracks, and school, once a safe place, becomes a battlefield of fear and distraction. Grades fall, focus disappears, and the child you know begins to fade behind the stress. Bullied children often withdraw from the world, not because they want to, but because they're trying to protect themselves. They avoid recess, stop joining games, and slowly drift away from friendships they once cherished. Isolation becomes their shield, but it also becomes another layer of pain. For some children, the school entrance itself becomes a source of fear. Anxiety builds, Sunday nights become sleepless, mornings become battles. This fear isn't laziness, it's a silent cry for help. Bullying doesn't just hurt the mind, it affects the body. Headaches, stomach aches, fatigue, all appearing with no clear medical reason. These symptoms are often the body's way of speaking the truths a child is too afraid to say. Understanding the consequences is only half the battle. The real challenge is spotting the signs early, because bullied children rarely speak out, but their behavior whispers the truth. These are the warning signs every parent must recognize before it's too late. One of the earliest warning signs of bullying is a sudden change in your child's behavior. A child who was once cheerful may become quiet, withdrawn, or easily upset. These shifts are rarely random. They're signals, subtle cries for help, that something in their world has changed. If your child suddenly starts resisting school, or constantly complains of headaches or stomach aches, it may not be the schoolwork they fear, but the environment itself. School avoidance is one of the strongest indicators that a child is facing emotional distress or bullying. When items begin disappearing, or school supplies return torn or broken, it may be more than simple carelessness. Many bullied children are too afraid to explain what really happened, so the truth shows itself through their belongings. Sometimes, the loudest sign of bullying is silence. A child who stops talking about their day, who avoids conversation, or becomes unusually secretive, may be hiding pain they don't know how to express. Bullying affects not just the mind, but the body's natural rhythms. Nightmares, difficulty sleeping, loss of appetite, or sudden overeating. These changes are powerful indicators that a child is carrying emotional stress they don't know how to explain. When minor injuries appear repeatedly with no clear explanation, it may be a sign the child is hiding where the hurt is really coming from. These small marks are often warnings of much bigger problems. Bullying is not just a phase, and it doesn't simply disappear on its own. Its impact can follow a child silently, shaping their confidence, their happiness, and the way they see themselves. But awareness, your awareness, changes everything. By recognizing the signs early, by listening, by being present, you protect their world long before the damage begins.
Your child's safety journey should never feel overwhelming, and you should never have to walk it alone. At SafeChild Insight, we stand with you, every step, every question, every challenge, helping you keep their world safe, joyful, and full of happy moments. If their tomorrow matters to you, subscribe, and let's protect it together.